welcome to the show. I'm getting through it. I'm doing, you know what I'm saying, we're doing 3 shows a day. We're busting through here. I would like to welcome you to the show. This is the Belfield Show. I've got to do a couple of things here because the last couple episodes were so on point that these don't have to be, you know what I'm saying, all that top notch. So what we're doing now is we got to clear some things up. Jesus was just born, okay? But we have to clear a few things up before we get to Jesus. Okay, through this time-lapse mapping, we can see that regions are called and who take them over. We can see what regions are called and who takes them over. See, this is the main way land and property is acquired. Land is owned by kings or wealthy men. When your people need some more space, you begin to take it from others. Now, the first place on this map that sees the most change is the center, right here near the Red Sea. This is where Mesopotamia once stood. It is the first area to grow so massive that it begins to overtake other regions in the area. Now, these people are known for being the first people to make towers. See, they must have drawn people from all over the world to see something they never seen. This is where war begins. From first glance, one city is taking over another. However, this specific war is documented in the Bible. See, a lot is in the Bible. Why this? Maybe because it's the first major conflict involving a mass takeover of a city. This was not like a war. See, the people of Israel believed this was coming. They knew they needed a new leader. And at this time, the map is so full that cities are no longer born. See? They're taken. So about 500 years, look, cities are pillaged upon. This is what it looks like. This is the kingdom of Cyrus. Excuse me, the kingdom of Cyrus. We're pillaging upon all these people in these lands. And then after 300 years, Alexander the Great comes and he pillages back. Right? But through his efforts, Rome is built. So the foundations of these people's wars are actually the world as you know it. So what's going on here? What's happening here? What are we watching? What are we seeing? I just want to know how real estate began. Now we're going back to these warmongering, baby murdering people who are now, we're trying to see that, man, these guys have actually brought the world into, a great account, giving us some foresight, giving us some direction to where, most of these societies that we're talking about, they've taken over, they did this, these societies, they created the first hospital, the first university, okay? Things like universal trash. Like, you didn't think they had trash men back in the day, but they had trash men back in the day. So what's going on here is now we're looking at all of these warmongers, all of these fighters that stand out, Alexander the Great, King Arthur, all of these warriors are standing out, but we're realizing that they actually were in control of kingdoms that you and I are part of. So their systems, their kingdoms are actually our world today. So I thank you for joining me, Larry Belfield, on the Belfield Show. This little more short and sweet. But what I want to do is get you guys encouraged to realize that we're about to go through empires. And we're about to go through the men that started them as well. It's very important about empires and how they started and how they got to be where they are. Because we're in a situation in the world that this stuff is very, very important right now. You got people like Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, okay? These guys have billions and billions at their disposal. How they got there is they started like you and me, okay, ground level, okay? So with a good idea, with a good team, you can factor in, you guys can make a lot of money somehow, some way. And I'm telling you, with just a few $1 million, you can start yourself a little custom-built community, a little society, something more than just a house. This is what I'm realizing through this information that I'm realizing, that we need to do more than just buy houses from big homeowners and big home buyers. We actually need to get our knowledge on, get our game on, come together and buy a big land, and then just make ourselves, make ourselves some apartments, make ourselves some houses, make ourselves a mall, and make ourselves a warehouse where we can work, make ourselves our own, make ourselves our own employment center where we're never worried about where to go to work. We can build a car, we can make shoes, we can do something on a very big industrial level to where, we pick up one of these facets, one of these raw facets, or make steel, make rubber, and then that, all industries use those things. You make raw goods. So what I'm seeing here is that this is our world. We don't just buy houses from people. We actually show up, we get a piece, okay, and then we make something happen. That's what we're born out of. We find land, we get a couple of men in here, hey, we work it, we till it, we get a couple of wells in here, and the people are going to show up, okay? And the people will show up once the well's here, and then once we make a little safe haven here, we make ourselves a big building, so when the wintertime comes in, we can all snuggle up. Hey, the people will show up. The people need this. Hey, we have to go get in between Jerusalem, and we get between, the Palestines, and then, hey, it's a 40-mile trip that you got to walk with your camel. Hey, we stop right here in the middle, set up shop, dig a couple of wells, hey, they'll stop here. That's what's going on. Hey, we need to get together. We need to get our minds and our hearts together, and we need to start building empirely. So this is where it's led us to. We're on episode 24 is next, and we're going to be working on empires. I'm not telling you this just to give you a history lesson. I'm telling you this for our future. We're going to be building something big. We're going to be making something big. We're going to be together. We're going to be strong, and we're going to have something that's going to be passed downable to our children. And my goal is for all of us to have generational wealth, to where we're not worried about money, our children aren't worried about money, and our great-great-great-grandchildren aren't worried about money. Let the great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren worry about how they're going to live their lives, okay? So, my name's Larry Belfield. I thank you for joining me on the Belfield Show. Next up, empires, baby.